Almost. Give me 1 second.
No, we're recording. Now. This is it. We're live.
We're live. We're live in Seattle.
No, it's actually New York.
Cancun.
Anyone.
Our podcast is big enough that we can film from Cancun whenever we want now.
Exactly. We take a plane out every week, and we're gonna combine to beautiful Cancun, where there's lots of.
You see this Starbucks? There's 60 different items inside of it. That's how good our podcast is now. We make money off of it. No, we don't. No, we don't.
What's our total right now? Like $4 or something?
$4
in the wallet. $4 in the wallet.
Gotta make sure to pay taxes on that.
Oh my god. No, I think it's make over $300 or something like that. Or
Technically, you're supposed to pay taxes even if you like find a sweater on the ground.
no.
Like if you find a nickel on the ground, there's a space on your tax things to
That's
file for that.
dumb. No.
You
that can't be true.
no
Nah.
one's gonna go after you for a nickel, but like technically speaking,
Much.
like let's say you sell a used sweater on eBay for like $20, you technically have to pay taxes on that because it's income.
Do you have to pay taxes on something you find? No taxes are due, although you won't have the use and enjoyment of the found property or the money because you're giving it away. What?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like what you essentially do to not pay taxes on it is not report it. You just don't report it. That's essentially what you have to do.
Oh, yeah. So there's a $20 bill in your path, or maybe it's a silver bracelet. Either way, it's found property. The tax ramifications of finding a $20 bill are negligible. The bracelet is a different story if it has any value. Found property became taxable income. What?
It's been for a while.
Since
For
in
my-
1957. My
Yeah,
God, if you find
957.
cash.
It's been a while.
All income from any source.
Yeah, any source. It's technically taxable. But what you do is you just don't report it, and it's technically not tax evasion because no one's gonna come after you.
You earn $50,000 in a year in your job. You stumble across $10,000 buried in a tin can. Your annual income is now $60,000 where you take any deductions or credits you're entitled to. Dumb. So basically, what I find out from this is just don't report any stolen money that you find. Basically,
Yeah.
That's
So if you
what I
rob a bank,
understand.
just don't report it. Don't report it as income, and you're good.
That makes sense. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll give you less of a sentence, or they'll be a little more lenient. If they're like, how exactly did you find these $100,000 in unmarked bills? And
Yeah.
you're like, well, stumbled across them after apparently there was some sort of robbery down the street, and I stumbled across it in a briefcase. So they must have chucked it out. And they're
Yeah.
like,
They must thought it was too hot to move the money, so they just chucked it out, and I just picked it up, and went on a spending spree.
and they're like, sir, your fingerprints are all over this.
Well, yeah, because I spent money to buy a Bugatti.
That checks out. Did you pay? You got to pay taxes before you buy the Bugatti.
Oh,
That's the
true.
thing. So pay your taxes before. So if you guys ever
Rob a bank, pay your taxes.
exactly,
That's how they got Al Capone.
That's exactly how they got Al Capone.
Yeah.
He died of chlamydia.
Yeah.
He basically went insane in jizzing.
In-
In jizzing.
Oh my God, they're gonna come after me.
He's going to jizzing. Sorry, boys. It's a little
All
worse
right,
than
boys.
prison. You're going to jizzing.
He drowned in jizz. He went insane after they. Oh, that reminds me of like this comic I was reading where it was literally that.
A comic where someone's drowning in jizz.
Not drowning, going insane because they got jizzed on. Like literally went like.
This sounds like hentai, Edward.
It is hentai.
I don't approve of it.
I was reading hentai.
A man of culture, I see. A man of culture and values. Just not
Wholesome
American ones.
family values.
Just not American values.
Not American values,
Ja-
but family values.
Japanese values.
You could say there was hundreds of family values over the person that got jizzed on.
Hundreds of potential family values.
True.
Potential family values.
Potential family values. You know, jizz is the fastest information transfer that exists.
Oh, there's like data in how much was it? There's like a couple of terabytes of data or something.
Yeah, because
instead of
every
SQL.
sperm cell is like 500 megabytes or some shit like that, and so when you aggregate all the sperm cells in a jizz, in the average ejaculation, it's like terabytes or some shit. So it's like terabytes per second.
That's crazy. So you're telling me if I fuck a computer, I'm gonna give it extra space?
Yes, exactly. That's how you
like
literally download RAM.
I'm gonna write this down for later. How to download more
Life
RAM.
hacks. Download RAM.
Perfect.
Go to www.downloadram.com.
Download more
Easiest
RAM.
way to upgrade your RAM.
Exactly. Anyone who tells you you have to buy RAM is a chump, a liar,
Yeah.
and a scammer. and a
True.
thief.
True.
So just throw up some RAM sticks back there for illustrative purposes.
Just
RAM
download
sticks.
RAM from our website.
www.
Where you can pay us a commission.
www.downloadmoreram.com.
Oh my god! I hope no
This-
one actually falls for that.
Well, it's, I mean, you don't buy it. So technically, if there's ever a website that says you have to buy RAM, remember, it's a scam. If you have to buy the RAM,
Yes.
you know it's a scam.
Yes.
Throw that up there. Throw that up there. We're making them do extra work this week.
Yeah. Also,
Uh,
if you download something and it says .exe, don't install it.
Exactly.
It's only .jpeg that works. Remember that.
.jpeg, .mp4, and .rar.
RAR.
R-A-R.
No, RAWR.
RARXC. No,
Edward. We're bringing the
I-
early 2000s back.
I
You know what?
can't even mention-
I really have not had a chill time ever since like 2015. So if we could just like bring back 2004, that'd be great. Just bring back Ben 10 and MySpace, and like RAR
Bush.
XD girls. Bush. Just bring back Bush.
MP3 players.
Yeah.
The sidekicks, side flips,
Sidekicks,
whatever they're
yes,
called.
yeah. We don't need, who needs Samsung S20s, you know?
Exactly.
Who needs that? Just bring back
It's little flip phones that
Yeah.
took pictures that were the
or
quality of
10
potatoes.
yeah, 10 megapixels
A little
wide.
10 by 10 frame that you had to open up each time. And it's
Yeah.
like, but mom, I can text on it, and they have their bracelets all over
Yeah,
their
just-
arms, just covering.
Hold on, just
Every time they move, they're whoosh, whoosh. He's reaching into
just
his
gotta
bag
get
of
the,
2015.
just gotta get.
All the fucking pearls and
My
shit.
fucking god. Oh, here we go. There's the bracelet. All the pearls fall off the bracelet.
But yeah, that's an
Oh, it doesn't even fit me.
Jesus.
There we go.
You get the idea.
I'm too fat now, but yeah.
So it's
So it's Skin Dirty 2 now.
Skin 32. It's actually Skin 33.
I don't have a watch.
I watched 233. Yeah, it's
Who wears a watch nowadays? Just pull out your phone. What are you, some sort of Neanderthal from the 2004 era?
I have to wear my sundial because the sun is the only thing that will accurately tell me what time it is. I'm sorry. That is just how it is. It's how the Babylonians did it. That's how I do it. Okay?
Yeah, you know.
Earth is the center of the universe, and you cannot prove otherwise.
You're not wrong.
Throw up little Alex.
No, you know what? No. I am the center of the universe. It's just my head that we're living on. All of you watching right now live on one of my hairs.
We're all actually a
You're one of my
construct-
pubes.
We're all a figment of Edward's imagination. You're listening to
Exactly.
this right now. You
If
are a
I
figment
forget
of
you
Edward's imagination.
exist, you don't exist anymore.
That's
just
it,
how
you're done.
works. You're
That's
done. Your entire life history, your family chain, gone.
You're an NPC in Edward's world, basically.
Exactly.
Edward's
That's
playing
why it's
video games with your
Edward's
life,
sex dungeon.
and no one else's.
Yes.
All right, that's Broke Till Friday. Dude, we spent like 3 hours setting up.
Right? Like
So
it's just,
there
it
was
took
like
so long for us to set up just to film like 20
And
minutes.
now we're like, I'm done.
Now we're exhausted. Okay, look. Just
I have
a
so
little
many
peek behind the
splinters.
curtains.
Oh my god.
Andres
brand new camera.
got a brand new camera, dropped it immediately.
Wait, look at the little tags it still has in it, right? And then dropped it pretty much immediately. If you can see that.
Let it adjust. There we go. See the brown marks? That's
Exactly
Andres'
immediately.
shit stains from when he dropped it.
Dropped it on Edward's wooden floor, which is giving
Yeah.
me so many splinters.
Now
Um,
this is now officially like legally a splinter hazard. It's a weapon because of the amount of splinters it has. Like you
Honestly?
throw it at someone and the battery is gonna explode and just like splinters everywhere.
I chose a bad day to come in barefoot in sandals.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
my feet
just
are-
removed all the carpet from my flooring, all of it. It's gone now.
Now he has to call 1-888-2300 Empire today. But 1-800.
I forgot who we hired when we originally put the carpet down. I don't think it was Empire. I betrayed my people.
Honestly, but how are you even gonna put?
I'm not gonna put carpet.
What are you gonna?
I'm gonna
put
sand it down and I'm gonna put a bunch of nickels everywhere, like those YouTubers.
Oh, that's
Those
so
influencers,
dumb.
and just put
Costs
the.
$10,000 the glue and the fucking. Here, let me. I think I have some change I can throw.
Change
we'll start
you
it.
throw at me. Yeah.
Just chuck it at the floor.
Instead of buying my house, just get 10 grand from the bank and like fucking.
Exactly. I'm looking at real estate, Evan.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I've been looking.
Where?
Okay, you know what? I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I've been talking to my friends. We're older now. We're 25, 26. So I have some friends that are 30. So, like, we're talking. We
getting
talk
old.
about Smite and we talk about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Getting.
But we also
old.
talk about real estate and money. And I'm surprised by how many people my age actually do have a savings account. With
Well,
like
we gotta
20
try.
grand. But like that's just like us. Like we're kind of privileged just to like compared to like the average person, because like I do also have some friends that like aren't as privileged.
They're just scraping by paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, they're living on their own. They're like they have some savings, like maybe $2,000 in savings, but like one bad medical bill, they're out.
Do that? I feel like that's anyone though, honestly.
I feel that's anyone except for like us, really. Because we have like we'll take a big hit. We'll take a big hit to our savings, but our general lifestyle isn't gonna change. Like we're not gonna lose our house or like where we live because we got into like a car accident.
That's true. But even then, if I get into a car accident, I'm just gonna be like, I don't have insurance right now. I'm not paying that bill because in California they can't give you like surprise bills for any kind of like emergency medical treatment and stuff like that. So if I just get into a car accident, I'm like, I can't pay this, and then just whoosh.
Yeah. Like when my uncle died, we got a couple bills here because we took him to the hospital to try to save his life first, right?
Yeah.
Like we went all the way to Vegas, brought him back. It saved his life for like 2 weeks, and then he died.
Yeah.
But the bills didn't start hitting until after he died, and I looked at some of the numbers. I was like,
Yeah, it's insane. Like
"Excuse me."
quintuple digits for like the most. Dude, I actually just found out so when I got my tonsils taken out in February, they were it was a bunch of bullshit because I went to the lady like before surgery. Like this is the morning of the surgery. I have my little thing. I'm already checked in. I've gotten my test. I have my mask on. I'm like this is just before I get butt naked and get into the surgery, right?
Yeah.
I'm still in regular clothes, and I go to the lady. I'm like, hey, so she goes, okay, we're processing it. We have your insurance and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, okay, so it's gonna be 5,000 something. Did you want to do that cash or credit? And first of all, the audacity to ask if I have $5,000 in cash.
Yeah.
And like I'm in Downey, like I'm not in fucking. I didn't go to Bel Air Hospital.
Hold on. Well, to be fair, you were in Downey.
Oh, okay. Rich Mexicans. Okay.
Rich Mexicans.
Okay.
Rich Mexicans everywhere.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude,
Remember when we saw the house? There was $1 million houses in Downey. In fucking Downey.
Multi-million.
Who wants a multi-million-dollar house in Downey?
I mean, because to be fair, like you can be like, yeah, it's a nice area because it's like. I mean, to be fair, it's definitely better than most of South Central.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Because like if you go to like Linwood, like that's where it kind of starts getting bad. But when you're in Downey, like I feel like there's cops almost everywhere there.
I mean, yeah, they're trying to be whitewashed.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gentrified. But like that's like here in HP, it's not that dissimilar to Downey. It's I go to Downey and I go here and like the houses are kind of similar quality. Maybe HP is a little bit lower, but it's not like a huge margin, not enough for like the price difference to be $1 million. Like true, I feel like if I'm paying an extra $1 million for a property, I want it to be like I want it to be like at least 50% better than HP. It's got to be at least 50% better, and Downey's like 12% better.
I guess so, but
it's like $1 million. I mean, okay, like yes, I'll give, it's better, but are you telling me that Downey's $1 million better?
Yeah, it's disproportionately incremental housing prices.
Exactly. And like I go to Inglewood, like because I have some friends that live there.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as Downey. Like once you pass a certain street, it's the exact same, and the houses are nowhere near as pricey.
Yeah, but because I feel like Inglewood is surrounded by a lot of like people want to say ghetto areas and stuff like that. You know, that's probably why. Because you're next to like let's say Crenshaw and like the 405 and like LAX and stuff like that. Because when you're next to LAX, like the whole noise thing is like a whole thing.
I guess so. Yeah. Nah. I guess.
Yeah, 'cause
I still feel like it's, but like, passing Inglewood, like the next street up, it's like super white rich area, where like I'll admit like okay, it's near the beach. El Segundo, fucking Westchester, like the school may be ghetto as fuck, but the city is like white person TM.
Yeah.
It's like you're stepping into like Bel Air, like.
I wouldn't say Bel Air, dude. Have you been to Bel Air?
Yeah, I have.
Dude,
I have customers in Bel Air.
Insane. Okay. I was like, yeah. Then you know exactly what it's like driving up the hills.
Yeah.
Like you never even see the houses. You just see the gate and the huge bushes, and that's it. There's no other.
Okay, yeah, it's a big exaggeration.
Yeah.
Huge exaggeration saying Bel Air, but like they're really nice. It's like if Downey is 12% better than HB, Inglewood is like 12% better than Downey. And the houses are cheaper.
The prices are not reflective.
It's
of
like
I guess
yeah,
so.
no.
That makes sense.
It's
but
I don't understand it. I don't understand like. This is what I mean when I say housing is fucked. But like markets, especially in capitalism in general, are like weird to me because you expect it to follow some sort of logical thing, but at the end of the day, it's the same way I feel like housing to like, or like markets to like logic are the same way that like relationships are to logic, where it's like the endpoint is technically logical. Relationships are essentially a contract. Neither of you know what the terms are. It's essentially contract law at the end of the day. But the way you get to that is all emotion. It's all illogical. All like you're feeling this way one day, you're feeling this way another day.
Like for like the appraisal of houses and things like that, or
For the appraisal of houses and for just markets in general, because the starting point is always like, take a look at like something like the, I guess this is pretty specific, and of course everyone's going to immediately admit that like this is all based on emotion and has no logic to it. But think of like the fine art world. It's essentially a complete scam, because it's just one big money laundering scheme.
basically.
Because like you can't, like I could hire you to paint me like a stick figure jerking off,
Exactly.
and I could mark
Appraise
it.
it.
Yeah, I could donate it to like a museum or to like another person.
And because it was appraised at like $10 million,
Yes.
tax write-off.
Yes, I hire an appraiser for like 30 grand, have them appraise it as like, oh, this is a unique
No, you don't even
thing.
have to. Oh, you're gonna.
Just really quick. Hello. Or like how they start out. I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, cause like I'm into scams. I look at a lot of scams, and I'm just like, man. Even though like the end result of markets or capitalism is very logical, you can go point A, point B, point C, see how it all developed. But the starting point for all of them seem very just emotionally based, where it's like no real like thought was put into this, but it wasn't like logical thought. You didn't think like, oh, this is gonna tumble here and this is gonna tumble there. It's really just like a mess, like a ball of just random ideas and emotions, just like clinging to a wall to see what eventually sticks in the market.
Yeah, because you're like, I feel like this should be priced at this much. And it's like,
Yes.
well, are you basing that off of like the work that's put into it? And something's like, well, no, I want it to be worth a little bit more than that, or whatever. You know?
Yes, exactly.
Because I understand, like, oh, you're paying for someone's labor, paying for parts and stuff like that.
Mhm,
But then there's people that are like, fucking. I don't want to say Gucci because I know they make like designer handbags and stuff like that, but I'd say Supreme.
Designer.
Supreme is the
Designer.
perfect example
Yes.
of like feeling
The brick.
with- Yes, they're selling just a regular brick with Supreme stamped on it. Costs like $1, way less than that probably. 'Cause
Yeah.
they ordered a bunch of them, and they're sold for how much was it? 300, 400.
300. Yeah. Oh no, dude. There's an even better example.
Couple $100.
Gucci sells a paper clip that's worth like $2,000 or some shit.
Gucci paperclip. Holy
Yeah,
sh-
like there's a paperclip. It's just a regular paperclip. I think it's a little bit bigger than normal, but it's like
paperclip money clip for $225.
Oh, there we go, there we go.
Throw it up on there. Show
Yeah.
them the $225. Jesus, that's not worth it.
that's not worth.
That's not
And
worth
it's
it.
not even usable. I don't think it's a normal paperclip. It's
No,
like this
it's-
huge.
It's a money clip. That's the
Oh,
thing.
it's a money clip.
So I mean, it's like basically a wallet, but I'm not paying more than like $5. Like I got my.
Look, where's my?
Yeah. Like minimalist wallet right here. I just carry my stuff. In
Okay,
there,
I
right?
don't have a minimalist wallet. I have I got a wallet from like the alleyway. I don't know what it's what it's called in
Los
English.
Callejones.
Los Callejones, yeah. I got it from there.
Callejones in
It's
downtown.
like a bootleg PS4. It has like this PS4 Spider-Man logo on it.
That's hilarious.
And it's just like printed onto it. And I'm like,
like
hey,
that.
Spider-Man wallet.
It's like $5 something, right?
yeah, like it was like
exactly.
fucking dirt cheap.
Yeah, mine was $10, but only because I'm like I just got a minimalist wallet because I carry like 3 cards and then my license, and that's all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's all I need, right?
Yeah.
I don't need anything more than that.
Maybe carry like a 20 or something, just so like in case like you're in an
There's-
emergency.
Yeah, I can put cash in there and everything,
Yeah.
so it's like it's fine, you know. It's
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
it's not an issue, but
Yeah.
but I'm not carrying $5,000 in cash. So that cunt over there, she's
Yeah.
like, so is it for the tonsil surgery? She's like, is that gonna be a cash or card? And I'm like, can I get an itemized bill? And like, because I want to
Yeah,
see what
yeah.
I'm being paid for. She's like, oh no, I can't get that right now. And I was like, but I mean like.
Isn't it a
Can't
law?
yeah, like, can't I see what I'm, like, what the fuck, lady? Like, let me see what I'm going to be charged for. But I was like, I mean, is there anything that shows, or, like, can I see how, like, a breakdown? And she was like, no, not right now. And I was like, you stupid cunt. Like, obviously I'm not going to start
Yeah,
yelling at this
yeah.
bitch. She's having a hard time enough as it is with all the people going, don't get
Yeah.
vaccinated and don't wear masks.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is there, like, a payment plan or something? And she's like, yeah, we can set you up. It'll be half today, so $2,700 today, and then the rest over a few months. And I was like, I took out my credit card, and I was like, and I was like, okay. And then
Dude, my credit card limit isn't even at 2,000 some. Oh no, it's like at 2,700, but because I use it, like I don't have all that,
do you
that
have just
credit.
one credit card? Or
I just have one, yeah.
The Discover one, right?
The Discover, yeah.
You should get more.
More.
This
More credit
This one
cards.
not sponsored by anyone. No, I was gonna say, oh shit. Sorry, I'm pulling out.
It's not sponsored by anyone except Anchor, the place where you get your podcast if you want to make a podcast and you want to earn money on it,
Exactly.
Anchor.
So, I got a fucking splinter.
double plug. Oh, look at those. Okay, this is going on OnlyFans.
Look at this shit. I got an
Follow
actual
Andres
fucking
Mork Torque Knock at OnlyFans.
Wait, look at that. That's a splinter. I got a fucking splinter on your foot. Okay, sorry. So as I was saying, so I'm like, okay, bitch, whatever. And so I pay the bitch, and then I call and I'm like, hey, can I apply for like financial aid or stuff like that? And they're like, yeah, we have a program for that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so he's like, would you like a breakdown too? And I was like, yes, perfect. Send me that. Send me a breakdown. And this is a tonsillectomy, right? This is a tonsil surgery, right?
Routine surgery.
Like they call it cosmetic, but I'm like, I can't fucking breathe when I sleep. How's that cosmetic? Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, it's routine surgery, whatever. Point is,
Wait, it's cosmetic, so your insurance doesn't cover it.
not fully. That's the
Not
dumb
fully.
part. That's the dumb part.
Fucking stupid as
so
fuck.
the bill was originally like $20,000 or something like that, and then insurance covered a bunch of it. Blah blah. Like they billed me separately for the anesthesiologist because technically the anesthesiologist doesn't actually work for the hospital.
It's out of network. I
Yeah,
fucking hate
it's
out of
dumb as
network.
shit.
Everything is out of network. Like fucking okay.
Break
Like
the-
your fucking your ambulance can be out of network. Your anesthesiologist can be out of network. Your primary care doctor could be out of network, even though you're at the clinic where the doctor works. You're fucking like
Where they're like, technically he doesn't work for us. He just has an office here, has staff here, has all of his materials here. He jerks off in the office twice a day. Like
yeah,
he doesn't
like he
work
fucks the
here
secretary
though.
in the bathroom every lunch break.
Exactly, but
like
technically, it doesn't work here. It's fine.
doesn't work here.
It's fine. Fuck. So they fucked me with that. And
Yeah.
but I was like, okay. That's
Go for a tonsillitis to get a free fucking.
exactly tonsillectomy. Come out and your throat's sore and
Your ass is sore too.
honestly. So I'm like, I'm looking through the itemized bill. They charged me like $60 for
Oh my
a
fucking
shave,
god.
for a razor shave, for a razor shave for a tonsillectomy. When I went under, I had a beard. When I woke up, I still had my fucking beard. So I don't know what the fuck they shaved or they had
They
to
shaved
shave
your pubes.
No, because I understand. You know when they're like, oh okay,
Yeah.
they shave the scalp, do something. They shave the chest, do something, whatever. But why the fuck am I being charged almost $60 for a razor shave when I didn't? There was nothing.
There was nothing on.
They went in through my open mouth. I went and they went whoosh, scoop. They took a little melon baller. They heated it up over a stove and
Yeah.
just went, and that was it. That was
Oh my
it.
God.
Like, what is there to shave? They don't have to shave anything to get in there. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, why the fuck am I being charged this? So I gotta call them about that now too and
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
why the fuck did
that.
you guys charge me almost $60 for a shaver? And they're be like, well, it's probably based on your procedure. I'm like, I got a tonsillectomy. They went in through the mouth.
Yeah.
So unless I got a hairy mouth, like
Unless you got a hairy throat, some shit. Like,
exactly. So
dude, okay, no. If I'm paying, I pay maybe $25 for a haircut. Yes, with this hair, I do actually get haircuts. I get entresacado. So they're not even really cutting my hair. They are cutting my
Styling
hair.
it.
They're styling it.
Styling your hair.
And I get this nice, beautiful like wash. Like they'll put my head under like in like a sink where they'll like
He gets
put
a happy
shampoo.
ending.
Yes, I get a happy ending. My hair ejaculates because
Exactly.
of the shower.
at the end of everything.
After everything. So like my hair itself, not even me, just my hair. Just whoosh. And that only costs $25. If I'm paying $60 for a shave,
You better suck my fucking dick, dude.
yeah, I better get something else. I better get a double happy ending or some
Dude,
shit.
you
Because
gotta-
$60, you're already fucking me in the ass. You
You-
might as well give me a happy ending too. Like
you can get a Thai massage for $25 with a happy ending in
Right,
downtown.
right.
Throw the address up there. It's actually
Yeah.
35, 20. I'm just kidding.
no,
That's
no,
not-
I don't know any Thai restaurants.
Restaurants. Well, the happy endings they give you there.
It's
is-
in the back.
Exactly. You get your happy diarrhea ending. Throw a picture of diarrhea up. Please don't.
No, please don't.
Demonetize everything.
Immediately.
Everyone starts throwing. Oh.
We're not monetized anyway.
So you're telling me we can do
Oh,
whatever
dude.
we want?
Okay, so we
throw a
gotta
picture
edit-
diarrhea up there anyway. Do it. Pixelate.
Just like put like I don't know, Bob Barker or some shit. Bob Baker. Put Bob Baker covering it as a censor.
Exactly. Wait, who's Bob Baker?
It's like this evangelist that's like spreading like COVID misinformation. He's like a huge time evangelist. He's like a millionaire.
Baker.
He's worth more than we will ever be combined
Jesus.
in our entire life, and all because he runs like an evangelical network that like scams people and like spreads misinformation. Like he actually had hydroxychloroquine or some shit on his thing, and then he also advocated for colloidal silver.
Wait, Kenneth Baker?
Kenneth Baker, Colin Baker, I don't know.
No, just kidding.
No. It's He runs the
Kenneth Copeland.
Kenneth Copeland. There we go.
Well, you said Bob Baker. That's not
Bob.
Bob
I
Baker. I
had
know.
completely incorrect name.
Kenneth the guy who looks like the fucking
Yes,
devil,
yes, that
right?
motherfucker.
Throw a picture of
That,
him.
yeah, throw his
He looks
ugly
so
mug on
fucking
here.
evil. Legit. He is like.
There's another one too. I swear his name starts with a B. That's who I was talking about. But there's another one that starts with a
He's
B,
like,
and that's
"You
why I
stuck-
got confused.
You stuck me in a tube with demons. Jesus is your source, and he's like, I didn't say that. And then just throw up an image of him up there, real quick, looking real mad.
Jim Baker. There
Jim
we go.
Baker.
Jim Baker. This
Oh.
motherfucker.
Jim Baker.
Wait, no, that's not
2Ks.
this motherfucker. He died.
He's a convicted fraudster, at least. So I
Oh
mean,
yes, yes. Oh, so it is him. It is him. Yeah, assemble.
No, it says he's still alive.
He's still alive. Yeah, okay. Oh, his
81
wife
years
died.
old.
Oh no, he got a divorce from his wife. That's what happened. I can't read. I can't fucking read.
Damn.
Yeah, him. This
Guilty on-
motherfucker.
Guilty on 24 counts. Throw
Jim
a pic-
Baker.
Jim
Yeah,
Baker.
the bald motherfucker.
Baker
this
with
dude.
2Ks.
As one of the most notorious figures.
Oh my god, we're gonna get claimed.
Yeah, we're gonna get claimed. No. Yeah.
Throw Jim
Them
Baker.
two. Them two.
Did I say Jim Baker?
Yeah, Jim Baker. Jim Baker. What did I say? Bob Barker.
Bob
I meant Jim
Kenneth
Baker.
Copeland and Jim Baker.
Kenneth Copeland is who I was thinking of, but I got the name confused with Jim Baker, and then I somehow connected the dots to Bob Barker.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. ADHD brain. It's fine.
Bob Barker.
I actually do have ADHD.
You got officially diagnosed?
Yeah.
Woo! Officially diagnosed. Let's have a diagnosal party. Woo!
But, well, actually, it's hard for adults like me to get diagnosed with ADHD. You know why? Because the thing about ADHD is that it messes with the way you're able to regulate your focus. So you could either be hyperfixating on certain things or just
No,
completely disinterested. And when you're an adult, and it's in your best interest to know if you have ADHD, because you know that changes how you manage things, how you do tasks.
If you need medication or stuff like that.
Yeah,
everything
yeah, yeah.
basically.
It messes with the test because the tests are designed to only diagnose lack of interest or lack of focus. And so when you're a kid, it's very easy to diagnose
This is
ADHD
more
because
severe probably, or
no, because you don't care about the test. Your parents are forcing you to take it. So it really shows if you have a lack of interest. But when you're an adult and you have an invested interest in
You're like, I need
in
to
doing
know
that,
if I'm doing
you're
this,
gonna be
yeah.
hyper fixating on it, and so you're gonna ace the test like nothing. And so the test results are gonna show you don't have ADHD. You're good.
the paradox.
Yeah. So it's like it's almost impossible for like adults. Not impossible, but like it's very very difficult for like adults to like who want to know if they have ADHD to actually get proper results.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just weird. But anyways, yeah.
That's crazy.
Also, another way you can tell is if you drink coffee and you fall asleep after drinking it, or like you get sleepy or tired, that's because your brain isn't producing enough whatever chemical blah blah blah.
Serotonin or what?
No, I forgot. I was really interested in this, so I was like looking up everything, and I just I lost interest like almost immediately, and I completely forgot everything. Like I was reading like fucking. Like I was going on PubMed and looking at other articles and
All
shit.
the stuff you're doing your vaccine research. on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, just
Basically.
and like
looking up everything.
yeah, looking up everything. Like, what's that shit from college? The JSTAR,
What?
the thing that you have to use to research for like your papers in college. It's like the database that they give you to look up.
Oh, I mean,
JSTAR.
there's multiple databases.
Yeah.
but yeah. Like you were looking up like scholarly articles and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
I was looking up shit on there, and like I was like, oh yes, so it's this. I didn't understand like 3/3 of it,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and now I just can't remember anything I read. So now I have like this vague information of like
this big cloud of vague information. It's something's there, but
yeah, and it's.
but
But like, if you ask me for specifics, I'm like,
no.
ah,
Yeah.
dude, like you better ask the MAGA person because I.
I didn't do that much. As much research as they did.
Yeah,
You
exactly,
already know.
exactly.
QAnon is coming back, and Trump's gonna be president once
Oh
again.
fuck! I don't know if we talked about it.
Woo, what?
Did we? Like the person who created QAnon like revealed himself, like
Really?
who Q was, and it was just some like fat nerd in the basement.
It's
Like
trolling, right?
literally, like yeah, it's literally just a troll.
Throw a picture of one.
Yeah, it should be somewhere on the internet.
Yeah. Did they actually? I don't know.
Yeah. Like I remember I remember reading some articles on it. It was just some random fucking dude in a basement, just literally trolling, posting on like 4chan or whatever.
And that's funny because like that's the craziest thing. You can literally tell them like, hey, I have proof here that shows it's not real, and they'll go, that's a false flag. The true Q is still somewhere inside, and we're still gonna win. It's like,
Fucking
like,
hell, dude.
How are you supposed to reason with those kinds
You
of
can't.
people? You know,
Like, okay, like, there's people that caught COVID are in a hospital with a fucking ventilator shoved down their throat and, like, something up their ass to help them shit, too.
yeah.
And they're still like, COVID's a hoax.
Honestly, no. Oh, there was one guy who caught COVID. He was on a ventilator. When he got out, they were like, "Do you wish you had the vaccine?" He's like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "So you're telling me?" Oh, he was interviewing him in the hospital. But he's like, "So you're telling me right now
That's
you're."
what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. I was
Sir,
like,
so you're telling me that you're right now in there and you don't want to do it? No, I don't. Well, yeah, good luck to you. And then he goes over to the nurse and he's like, "Nurse, can you just unplug him real quick?"
just put him down. I won't tell anyone.
Exactly. And here we have televised the first MAGA person being put down after not believing in COVID.
Oh, dude, we could turn it into a reality TV show. First MAGA person down.
Nah, that sounds like a movie. First MAGA down.
Oh.
MAGA
Oh,
down.
dude.
No, there's been so many also like senators and stuff like that. I don't know if it was a senator, but I'm pretty sure it was a senator. Let me Google it for you.
Hold on. You know what I find funny?
Senator died of COVID.
The average person that doesn't look into it, doesn't really know the difference between their senator and their governor.
They didn't?
They don't.
They don't.
Like, if you ask a person, like, oh, what's the difference between a senator and a governor?
City Council member H. Scott Apley died on Wednesday. This is Wednesday, back in August 5th. Republican politician. I meant politician. He died of COVID days after making fun of it, basically.
Yeah.
Days after mocking the virus. Wow. And Texas councilman, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Texas councilman. Holy shit. Like, people, I don't know. People just don't fucking, like, you try and tell them, hey, listen to the scientists. But nope, there's so many. Virginia state senator, U.S. congressman, representative of Texas, Texas GOP official.
Yeah.
Texas GOP official. Oh, that's the same one. Brazil's Congress.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And, like, I think Brazil has that
Brazil.
I don't know why I was gonna say Andrew Cuomo. They don't have Andrew Cuomo. They have, like, some president who is like
In
Trump
Brazil?
2.0. Yeah.
Oh,
And, like, he's so, and, like, he has, like, this is how Trump 2.0 he is. He has actual death militias who just circle around looking for criminals.
Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro.
That's
there
his
we
name.
go. Fucking
He's-
Bolsonaro's bitch ass. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna get killed.
He's a Trump-like election. He did a Trump-like election ploy. Says Brazil races to get the coronavirus vaccine despite the president's skepticism.
Yeah.
That's so sad. It's so bad over there too, because he's basically making it like it's worse than a third world country over there because of the inflation and because of just the vaccine
Yeah.
stuff.
I
It's
mean,
like
okay, look.
it's really sad.
I was in Mexico recently. Oh wait, no, hold on. That's a whole other story. I don't know
Oh,
why.
okay.
I don't know why.
But okay, it's basically it's really fucked up in Bolsonaro, Brazil. What he do? You're
Oh,
saying?
but he basically has death mobs. Like, if you commit a crime, I don't know if
Secret
it's like
Service basically.
Secret Service basically, but they're not
Gestapo.
even secret. They're just rolling
Yeah.
around in tanks,
Gestapo.
Gestapo style, and like if they see you committing a crime, they're just gonna put you down. You just get executed,
It's fucking terrible.
like in the streets. It's like, it's basically like the police here in America, except overtly. Here
I
in
mean-
America, they do it covertly, quote
Do
unquote.
they?
They have the
Yes, they-
pretense of
I guess.
that.
The pretense of covertness.
Yes. The police here in America get the benefit of the doubt, where it's like, no, they didn't commit a crime. Over there, they get the benefit of the doubt, where it's like, oh, they deserved it. We know what
Yeah.
they're doing, and they're fine. They're just,
Shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah,
But over there,
exactly.
let's say, he wants them to justify shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
While here, we're like, you're not supposed to shoot first and ask questions later, even though it happened.
yeah, even though we allow it to happen.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It can. Okay, so
Yeah,
you were in
anyways.
Mexico, you're saying.
Oh yeah, I was in Mexico, and basically the same thing. I just like, I was like driving down the street. Well, I was in the passenger seat because it was my turn to drive next,
Yeah.
and I just see like a fucking tank, just like an armored ATV vehicle.
What part of Mexico
rolling
were you
down? I was in Jiquilpan,
What state? I don't know.
Michoacan.
Oh, fuck! You're in Michoacan.
Yeah, Michoacan.
No wonder, dude.
It's
That's
where
like
I'm
the
almost born and
worst
raised.
place. Oh, it's
Like,
terrible. I know.
I was just like, we were just driving down the road coming back from like this Cuamecaro, and like, it's just this like fucking rolling ATV with like fucking 3 people with like fucking AR-16s or whatever the fuck, just a fucking assault rifle, just there chilling like it's fucking like they're waiting for COD to start or some shit. Just they're like, I'm like, what?
You know,
What?
I was actually thinking of Sinaloa, not Michoacan.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Sinaloa is where it's the worst, obviously because of the Sinaloa cartel and everything like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah,
With the
Michoacan
avocados
is.
and shit.
It's crazy what they're doing over there, dude. But
Dude, most of like the drug dealers' income comes from avocados, not.
they extort the little poor little avocado.
Yeah.
Poor little avocado people, the avocado farmers and stuff.
Dude.
But-
It's horrible, but yeah.
So you said you saw the tank rolling by?
Yeah, I
in
just saw a tank just
Michoacan?
chilling there, just rolling down the hill like it was going to like Sunday school or some shit. Just fucking rolling down the street. I'm like, and like
really
all the
bad.
Hispanics were just there like,
Just another day, basically.
yeah, just another
You're over
day.
there
I'm
going
like,
Jesus, and they're like, ¿qué?
¿Qué?
¿Qué? No hay nada.
Geppy.
Yeah.
There's like Geppy. Like, oh my
vale madre.
god. Yeah, I was like, fucking hell, dude. Like, what in the world?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really bad. I mean, it is pretty bad in Mexico as long as if you're in like one of the main tourist cities or inside of like a big city, you're pretty much safe because obviously the cartel doesn't want to drive that away.
Yeah.
Because you drive people away, everything starts drying up, you know. But they can still extort like tourists occasionally and stuff like that. Like just the cops extorting tourists.
Yeah.
Because you'll be driving down, they'll be like, "Hey, we pulled you over, and we gotta go do some paperwork and stuff, or you can just pay me $20 right now, $20 American, like
Yeah.
200, 400 pesos, something like that.
Yeah.
$20 American." And he's like, "Okay, here's your $400, and then we'll just make the fine go away, or like pay
Yeah.
the fine right now, or we can go and do all the paperwork and blah blah."
Yeah.
But yeah, because you don't want to be like, "Yeah, let's go do the paperwork then," and then
Yeah.
you're never fucking seen again, basically.
Yeah,
It's like,
you get black bagged.
it's fucking terrible.
No, but yeah, like honestly, I didn't see any like criminals or like gang. Like I saw none of that. You know what I did see? A bunch of police officers roaming the street like every 3 blocks with like fucking AR-15s and shit. I don't know if they were literally AR-15s. They just looked like
just
heavy duty assault
basically. Yeah.
rifles. I'm like,
Military assault rifles.
yeah, military assault rifles, like looking like they were about to go to fucking war. Like it was like I was in Afghanistan or some shit. I'm like,
Yeah, it's really
well, not anymore, but
it's really bad everywhere, basically.
Yeah,
let's
everywhere.
just leave it at that. It's bad.
everywhere's bad. Everywhere bad.
Honestly, even like, because I want to say, even if you're in the U.S., you'll be fine. But no, like people in Texas are dying. First, they were dying of freezing to death because of the power grid failure, and then they're dying of overheating to death, power grid failure. And there was some irony because in like New York, all of the ads in did you see that post? It was like all of the ads in New York were still going, but they were asking people to turn off their AC.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Times Square.
Times Square. Yeah.
All of the ads taking up all the electricity. And they're like, well, can the average person please turn down your AC? And it's like, no, you
No.
fucking morons. Like, this is basically showing how it's not the average person that's fucking up.
Mhm.
It's the corporations or the companies that go,
Yes,
electricity.
exactly.
Do the dumping.
This has always been my biggest pet peeve. Like they tell us to like, oh, just
Plastic
do
straws,
one laundry.
Stop.
Yes, plastic straws. No, you have to use these shitty paper straws. And then
If
like
it's yellow, let it mellow.
it's like 10 fucking companies, and we know the names of all the people making those
85%
decisions.
of the pollution.
I would say basically all of it.
Based on- let me
85% to me, when it
Let
comes
me
to
look it
like
up.
climate change, is essentially all the pollution. If those companies were to like limit their shit, we wouldn't have to like have hot summers. Like we could keep our ACs running all summer long and make absolutely zero difference when compared to like those companies.
Just 100 companies responsible for 71% of global emissions.
There
This
you
is in
go.
2017. So,
That's probably increased then since then.
yeah, the top 20 companies contribute to 35% of everything. So, I mean, basically all of the companies that are responsible for more of all of the emissions, all the pollution and stuff.
Yeah.
And they try and be like, it's not you though. And then the other thing is they'll say, well, China's still polluting. That's only because we'll just send our garbage to China and be
Yeah.
like, haha, see, it's technically not ours anymore.
Yeah, it's just not in my
And then China
backyard.
just fucking throws it away, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, now what?
Yeah, it's like, and it's to the point where like China doesn't even accept our garbage anymore.
Honestly, it's getting bad. Where was it? I think it was Greenland or somewhere that they needed more garbage to recycle stuff. They were like they were recycling so well they were importing in garbage.
Yeah, to reduce the
I
overall.
think either Greenland or Norway importing
Norgreen.
garbage.
Nor Greenway.
Where was it? Sweden. Sweden is importing garbage from other countries because of their waste to energy program.
Of course, it'd be Sweden.
That's crazy. 2019. That's pretty nice. But okay, think about this. Let's do a little hypothetical. If you could have like, I don't want to say a shitty superpower, but if you could have a superpower that would help everyone in the world for like a non-selfish person, can you think of like some kind of niche superpower that you'd be able to do?
Niche?
Like, yeah, like something like, not even like, oh, for me, I gotta like, I'm gonna run fast or something. I'm stop cramming now. But like, for me, I would say, if I would be able to teleport garbage into the middle of the sun.
I was gonna say
That would be my-
teleportation.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
just
but not for me. Like, you know, like I can't teleport myself, but
Yeah.
I'm like the landfills. I'm like, there's a landfill here. Okay, and then I'm like, and then all the landfill is empty, and now all of it's in the middle of the sun. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, if it's in the middle of the sun, nothing's gonna happen. Like, that's the sun
I would
will
say
break down so
restructuring.
fast.
I would say restructuring matter would be better, because then all the garbage, the landfills, you restructure it into like grass and fertilization, and now you're able to grow, and you further reduce emissions because the trees now soak up a lot of the stuff that was being from the cars and shit.
Guess so, yeah.
Like reality warping is such a OP power. Even if you just limit it to like you can only restructure useless items like garbage.
Inanimate objects.
Inanimate objects.
Because obviously you can't say organic because there's like
Yeah.
organic stuff, but it's inanimate. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
an
yeah.
apple, it's after you pluck it off a tree, it's no longer alive. It's it's
Yeah, it's
what-
dead. Like so,
inanimate,
yeah,
whatever.
Inanimate
yeah.
objects.
Okay, I get
Like
it. Restructuring inanimate objects. Would
yeah,
be your
you
choice.
just turn it into fertilizer, like plastic, restructured into something that's biodegradable, or turn it into actual fertilizer,
Yeah.
and that's it. You know that like, it's such an OP superpower when compared.
Mm.
Because my first thought was teleportation, but then I was like, you just turn all the garbage in the landfills into fertilizer, and now
But
you have a lawn.
What about the garbage in the ocean? You turn it into ocean water because then the
Just
lava's
turn it into
gonna
algae.
rise.
Algae does it by
That's- what
algae
if-
does like 60% of all like carbon emission soaking.
What do you have? What if you have too much algae and then there's no more water, no more oxygen for the fish below?
Turn it into seaweed, or turn it into something else. Turn
Or
it into more fish.
I was gonna say yeah, like you know how they're like we're running low on tuna and you're like not anymore, you're not.
Yeah,
And
not
then
anymore. It's like,
yeah,
there's so many
okay.
different things. Like, but I mean, of course, whenever you increase something, like you cause disastrous effects to like the other thing.
That's what I'm thinking. Because
But-
honestly, I feel like because I was gonna say for my justification at least would be if stuff's in the landfill, that's because they're expecting to not use it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what if we just boom, all the garbage on the earth is basically gone and everything's clean. And like all the litter is gone, like all the litter that's on the freeways,
Yeah.
all the litter on like the floor and everything like that. All the homeless people, everything. I'm just kidding about the homeless people. no, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
but,
no.
like, what would happen if instantaneously all the oceans were clean, all the landfills were empty, and like, and everyone's like, huh?
Well, okay, honestly, that would cause some detriments. Like, I mean, not super big detriments, but it still would, because seagulls nowadays their primary source of food is human waste.
Well, because this I would be considering like stuff in the middle of the ocean
Yeah.
more than like because I mean I wouldn't say I'm gonna teleport all garbage away immediately. I'm gonna be like I would start off like okay, everything in the ocean gone.
Yeah.
So all the plastic and everything like that, so we don't have plastic anymore, and then the coral reefs can maybe come back and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Or what if I just turn them into coral reefs so there's more habitat?
Yeah, I was gonna say like fertilizer, like matter manipulation, because like yeah, right now it's like we're obviously because we're just hypothesizing, we're just thinking about one or two solutions. But if you actually had the power, you wouldn't just turn all the garbage into trees, literally, or all the garbage in the ocean into algae. You would turn it into like different things. So like right now, we're cutting down all of the Amazon rainforest, right? You turn a portion of all the garbage on Earth into trees in the Amazon to replenish
Huge
the thing.
landfills. Yeah, turn
Yeah.
the entire landfill into a forest. Boom.
Boom. And
And
now
then-
now just because Bolsonaro wants to be a bitch and cut down the Amazon rainforest,
Honestly.
it's not gonna matter. Every time they cut it down, just do that. Eco warriors would be so much more powerful if they could do that. Because now instead, like, okay, go ahead, cut it down. Now there's another one.
It's back
Are you gonna
and
keep
forth,
wasting money doing this? It takes me literally one pizza to redo all the damage you do, and it takes you
Exactly.
millions of dollars. Like the cost to benefit analysis.
I mean,
just insane.
It's profitable for them to do it in the first place, so technically it'd be a win-win. Because you'd go, okay, we're gonna set up like a 1 mile by 1 mile stretch that you can always harvest, and then we'll just refill it once like a timer hits, and you're like, boom, okay, it's refilled, and now on.
True,
And you
true,
never
true,
touch
true.
any of the other eco space.
Oh,
so
and then
that way,
it's recycled.
exactly. So that since like you can keep using that, all the landfill stuff goes down, and then because let's say it's a transfer of matter, right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, I'm gonna turn all the stuff in the landfill over here into trees, and then you're like, and then,
Yeah.
and boom, and then the landfill goes down, trees come up, they can cut them down, use them, any
Yeah.
waste they have, toss it into the landfill, and then it's like, it's gonna be a net positive just because the rest of the trees and the rest of the ecosystem is gonna stay safe. Because all the animals and stuff won't be going there because they'll know it's like the loud
Yeah.
place, the construction place. But then further that they won't get touched further down
Yeah.
or driven away further down and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
be like, oh, there's a crisis in the the Pacific because it was an oil spill. Not anymore.
Not
Oil
anymore,
spill is
yeah.
gone, and it's like, or I don't know how that would work though. Let's say.
I think like okay, I
But
think
how would an oil spill work with that? Would you just turn the oil spill into water, or
you could just turn the oil spill into water, or you could just turn the oil into, I don't know, anything, algae.
fresh water or something? True. Imagine like a huge algae stock coming out of the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it does come from like a source in the bottom, and that's why it
Yeah.
ruptures and that whole thing happens. So, but I guess yeah, matter manipulation would be the one.
Yeah.
Basically.
Inorganic matter manipulation would be like so much better.
Or when you hear something that's like, oh, the thing ruptured. No, it didn't. I just fixed it because
Yeah.
I just
I
fixed
just
it with
covered
some garbage or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Garbage filled it, or use some of the oil to plug up the thing. Although even then,
Just
like
trapped.
still using oil itself is kind of a problem. But
Yeah.
or wait, even better, CO2 in the atmosphere, just fucking snap it, turn it into something else.
Well, if you do it that fast, there might be consequences because.
Well, if you do it in all of it, but if you just do a certain
I was
amount,
gonna s- or I was thinking also,
like some people would definitely find it harder to breathe because when you first move from like say Los Angeles to like
somewhere else,
Idaho,
respiratory illnesses.
yeah, yeah.
Because the body's not used to it. Yeah. So.
But even then, I think in the long term, doing it quickly would be more beneficial because the humans will just adapt.
I was gonna say like let's just do it once. Everyone gets sick for like a week, and then we're fine.
Yeah.
And now, because then everyone's gonna think they have COVID, and then they're going to the hospital.
Well, right now, but
Who
like I
knows?
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Well, COVID. Oh wait,
Matter
our
manipulation.
viruses. Wait, our virus is living things though.
Technically, no, they're not living things because
Science isn't conclusive on that though.
But
Like literally, the actual scientific line thing
'Cause they don't
is
have, like, a brain, right, or
inconclusive.
something like
They
that?
don't
I
have a
don't know.
brain, but amoebas don't have brains either. Starfish don't have brains.
oh, I mean, not like brains, but like they have to have like a nervous system or something, right?
Do they?
'Cause I
A
think
lot of plants don't have a nervous system.
our
And
viruses.
we still consider them
are
like
viruses
algae doesn't have a
alive.
nervous system, and they're technically alive.
Biologists hold that because viruses are not alive, they're unworthy of serious consideration when trying to understand evolution.
But like the actual
No,
consensus is like
they're
kinda
not made
split.
out of cells. They can't keep themselves
Hmm.
in a stable state. They don't grow, and they can't make their own energy. They replicate and adapt to the environment. Viruses are more like androids than real living organisms. So, because remember, they're
Wait,
using.
so are androids alive?
They're no, sorry, Vision.
If they have free will, are they alive? 'Cause it's-
define free will.
True. Oh wait, we're gonna get into the free will conversation. I don't want to do this
Honestly.
because my stance. I'll just put this right there. We don't have free will.
We don't have free will. Why not?
That's my stance on it. Okay, the best argument.
Try and like dumb it down. Yeah, real
Okay.
fast, real fast.
Okay,
Why
real
don't we have
fast.
free will?
The first argument that first started convincing me that we don't really have free will. Can you choose your favorite ice cream right now? Like, tell me, what's your current favorite ice cream?
I would say Rocky Road.
Rocky Road.
Yeah.
Now make it so that your favorite ice cream is now vanilla. And that
Well,
is what
that's
you
a
generally
taste.
feel.
That's a taste because you can adapt tastes. So that
You can
argument's-
adapt taste over time, but you can't
But the argument's
choose to
kind of-
make it not if you legitimately had free will, complete free will.
Because but remember, you're influenced by people's decisions, which is what shapes you as a person.
Exactly, which means it's not a choice of your own necessarily. Because you're influenced by your surroundings, because your surroundings have an influence on you, it's physically impossible for you to have complete free will. Because yes, you can still choose
would
which
say-
ones affect you, but your options at the beginning are not your own to choose. If you're born to like, I don't know, a drug addicted mother, that was not your choice to make, so you do not get to choose your initial starting point.
Yeah.
Thereby,
That makes
your
sense.
options are limited, so thereby you don't really have free will.
I was gonna say you don't technically have 100% free will. That makes sense because
Yeah.
you're a shape of your environment and stuff like that. But you do have free will to an extent because you are still free to make your choices.
I'd
your own
say
choices.
that-
Because no one is dictating your choices unless they're literally like of course like
Yeah.
example
Slavery.
your parents or slavery parents or slavery
Slavery.
yeah. But if your parents are like, no, you can't go out today, blah blah. Blah. Okay, technically that's not your choice. Even though if it was of your own free will, you would be going out or whatever, right? But then when you're independent, you have more free will than you do. You get more free will, I would say, over time as you're allowed to make your own choices as you grow more responsible.
I would say that that's a strong argument, except for the fact that because your initial starting point isn't free will, your later decisions are then influenced by your history. Like, if your parents abused you as a child, in the future, that's going to have an end result that you didn't choose to have.
But that's just the chicken and the egg argument, because it's like, well, did your experiences influence your decisions, or are you choosing stuff to not be like that? But it's like, which one was first, you know?
In my personal opinion,
Is everyone
because
just been
so
influenced
many
since the
actions-
very first person?
like, okay, this is like a really
Chicken
dumbed
and
down
egg.
argument. So,
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to get
Bear-
into a lot
I'll
of the
bear with you.
technicalities that
I'll
I
bear
have.
with
that.
you.
Bear with me.
Bear.
Like, let's say we keep going back because your actions. Like, let's say you have complete will at starting point. You
Yeah.
have a free will to do a certain action.
Yes.
That action then has an effect on another person, whether you intend to or not.
Yeah.
Now that person didn't get to choose whether that action had an effect on them or not.
Technically, you can though, because remember if someone's like, "Hey, fuck you," you can choose to respond and go, "Hey, fuck you too," or you can choose to go, "No, I don't need to respond to
Yeah,
that."
but it was not their choice to have that effect influence them.
It's
It's their choice.
it's not
to
their
result.
choice to have a choice. You mean?
Exactly. And if
But
it's not
then
your
they
choice to
choose.
have a choice, you don't technically have free will.
No, no,
because
no.
if your options are dictated by your environment, your ultimate decision
your
gets
environment-
changed.
but your
Because
environment gives you the
everything-
options.
Yeah, but your environment gives you the options. But the way you choose is also influenced by your environment, by the way you were grown, by the way by all these different. Because like in isolation, you can say that that you choose, right?
Yes.
It was your choice which way to interact with the options given to you.
Exactly.
But when you're talking about the wider web of the entire world, every decision you make has been influenced by a set of circumstances outside of it. You get this same choice of options repeated millions of times over, to the point where your technical choice, the way that you choose to respond, has been influenced by previous decisions that have been made by other people and yourself previously. Because like, let's say your choice is to respond or not respond, right? That only works in isolation. In reality, there's other decisions that have been made, let's say by your parents, that make you more predisposed to choosing one option over the other. Like, let's say your parents were very aggressive with you as a child. You're likely gonna become very not aggressive when it comes to other positions of power. So like, if it's
Because kids they
yeah.
become timid and stuff.
timid
They're
and
like,
stuff.
"Oh, I'm sorry."
But let's say it's someone of your equal. You're probably going to be more aggressive because your parents are aggressive with you, and now you have someone equal or below you. So decisions made by other people are going to affect other people that have never met those other people. Thereby, those other people, the third party, doesn't necessarily have free will, because now they're getting affected by decisions of people they've never met. And when you extend that over billions of people, you know, really, it becomes basically a cause and effect, a chain reaction of just things responding to other things in a way that not many people, if any, do have control over. And when you put millions of people over the span of like billions of years that the Earth has been around, like rocks hitting certain other rocks, you know, people interacting with other people, animals
Someone eating a bat.
someone eating a bat, exactly. Like, because someone ate a bat, now I have to wear a mask. Like, this is the reason. Like, in isolation, you can make an argument for free will, in my opinion, that you have some capacity of free will. Let's say 50-50 split. But when you make the argument to encompass all of human life over all of human history, it becomes very difficult. Because, like, let's say Columbus wasn't so stupid. Let's say he was even, like, as smart as the average person living there. Would the Americas have ever been colonized in the way they were?
Well, not in the way they were, but maybe they would have thought of a way to like, hey, let's get along with these people or something, instead of being like, cut off their hands and give me some gold or
Like,
whatever.
if the conditions of the environment weren't as they were, would Europe have ever conquered the Americas? I don't think they would, because one of the main reasons that they were able to conquer was because they had domesticated animals. That's one of the primary reasons that Europe and you know, England and all were able to become as powerful as they were. And the States, or like the Americas, didn't become powerful until those domesticated animals were imported. Because originally here in the Americas, you could count like on one hand or like two hands where how many animals are able to be domesticated. Like just now with advanced technology, we're able to domesticate bison. Those would have been a huge benefit, but you know, people living with like arrows and like primitive metals aren't going to be able to tame them. We with our guns are barely able to tame them. So, like, since the Americans didn't have any domesticated animals, that they didn't really choose not to have domesticated animals. The animals that did exist here, they did domesticate bees, llamas, stuff like that. But they didn't have the options available to them. That wasn't their choice to get, you know, ran through, basically, to get fucked by, you know, Europeans. So when you incorporate all of human history, all of human decision making, I don't feel that there's an argument to be made for free will. And in the end, it doesn't matter because whether you have free will or not, your actions still have consequences. So you still have to either you were always predisposed to make the decision you make, or you made it out of free will and you're making the correct choice. So in the end, I think in your day-to-day life, like even if we could, like, there's no way to scientifically prove it, right? Like this is all a philosophical argument. There's no way to scientifically prove either or. But let's say, for argument, there was. We looked down past quarks, past atoms, past everything, and we saw the entire universe is mechanized. It really wouldn't change anything. Like, you'd still want to remove criminals from there. It was always meant to, like, for the safety of the people. The mechanization works in a way where you remove serial killers from society. And if we look past that, like, let's say we're able to look even past that, and it's all magic and sparkles, and you can make free will. Free will completely 100% exists. I mean, you're still going to choose to remove the serial killers from society, even if free will does exist. So no matter what, not much changes for the average person.
I want Rocky Road now.
Yeah, me too.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.